So Mojo Jojo get his people to go take over the world type shit, right? The kids next door get an alert, and so do Dexter. They say that something is approaching the atmosphere, a big-ass object. That's when we see Ed, and Eddie, Ben 10, and Samurai Jack looking up in the sky, and they see something falling. Over the town of Townsville, the fucking place where the imaginary fucking friends is at, they hear, wow, that motherfucker fell in 3 places. Then it grew this big-ass, weird-ass tree that start to change into these monsters as you see the fucking kid from the Foster's Imaginary Home of Imaginary Pets, wherever the fuck that show was. They get attacked by these things, right? So they run. Wow! Dexter come through in this big-ass mech. They say what up to each other, and then that's when fucking Ben 10 came through. Over at the treehouse, the fucking kids next door is up here fighting these things. That's when the Pop-Up girls came through. But it was only Blossom and Bubbles. We don't know where the fuck Buttercup at. They get to fucking try to hit their ass, but they keep regenerating and shit. That's when Dexter came through and zapped the fuck out that motherfucker. So now that they all met up with each other, they started talking about what they was gonna do to take them down. They was like, oh, freeze way, or how about a fucking throw them in the ocean. So they go over to Townsville. We see all these people getting attacked by these things. They still in there talking about some freeze them, hit them with a stun ray. How about an anti-goo machine? This was when Dexter and Professor Plutonium was like, we got a plan. We've been studying these motherfuckers. We discovered that the bio machines are linked to this center structure, and they seem to be powering up, getting ready for something. They don't know what it is, but they know it ain't gonna be good. So they got to destroy the central core before it operates fully. And they don't know how much time they got. In order to take the damn thing down, they got to keep the other 2 bio machines occupied while the professor and Dexter attack the core. That way they won't have time to regenerate and the core will be vulnerable. They gonna hit that motherfucker with this new invention they made, the electro pulse cannon. They gotta attack the targets at the same time, otherwise the devices will just rebuild themselves. So they always about to take off, but Dexter's like, no, we need to team up. At first they was like, I don't know about that shit, but then that's like, all right, there's just one little problem too, actually. There's only one company that makes the optimized phase pulsatron necessary to stabilize the Epic, and that's Mandark's Industries. And unfortunately, the electro beam thing was just stolen by fucking Mojo Jojo. So there's like, we'll split up in 2 teams. Professor and Dexter, they gonna start assembling the EPC. Professor wanted the girls to go pay Mojo Jojo a visit since Buttercup they didn't even say where she at. They was like, well, you should bring some help along. The help is gonna be Ben 10 and one of the numbers, number 2. Number 5 gonna lead a strike team to Mandark's fortress. And they gotta take Dee Dee and the Fosters, you know what I'm talking about. So they leave Dee Dee up here fucking these damn robots up, all they ass is. And they go sneak up in the Mandark's shit, right? He's sitting behind a chair. Meanwhile, the other motherfuckers went to go to Mojo Jojo to try to see where he went, where that device at, but they couldn't find him. Mandark was like, you violate my inner sanctum, destroy my robots, and now you had the audacity to demand I hand over my most dangerous weapon? Dee Dee was like, please, pretty please with sugar on top. He was like, anything for you, my love, instantly. He said, I got one condition, though. I'm coming with you. So they ended up finding that thing they was looking for, but they had to fight these things. So they fight. That's when he turned into fucking forearms, and they get to fighting the fuck out that motherfucker. So they take all that. Everybody meet back up on the ship, and Dexter and Mandark up here fighting already. But they end up deciding to work together to save the world. They get attacked by these things. The pop-up girls and them finally popped up with the electro thing, but Mojo Jojo was gone. So the professor and Dexter had to hurry up and get that thing ready while they fight these things out there. So they out here fighting the motherfuckers, and they decide to fucking freeze the tree things that's been falling. And it was actually working. While Dee Dee out here playing around, Mandark saved her life from one of these motherfucking things. They ass was fucking them things up by just slamming them into each other. Mandark up here zapping the shit out these fucking trees. And so he's like, Dexter, fire the EPC. So he tried to press the button, that shit said malfunction. He's like, what we do wrong? We trusted Mandark. That's when the alien device thing activated. It's like, shit, we gotta see what this thing do. That motherfucker started to charge up like, shot up in the air. The fucking carrier thing fell down. The pop-up girls tried to go get it, but it was too heavy for them. That's when Mandark come save the motherfucker. Then they realized Mandark didn't sabotage him. The fucking EPC cannon thing goes the fuck off like, BOW! And they finally destroy that shit. So they all congratulate each other and shit. That's when something came up behind them and started destroying the fuck out their ass. It was Mojo Jojo. The pop-up girls went up there and beat his ass. But then this big ass fucking thing came up, like this fucking galaxy planet thing came up. That thing that shot up in the air, yeah, it was a beacon for this shit. This shit was just the beginning. All this went down in that Fusion Fall Cartoon Network universe.